So, absolutely I can give you an example, and I'll relate it to my own professional career. At one point, when I was an executive at a bank, one of the challenges I had was to figure out why our customer service ratings were lower, consistently lower than the top-rated bank in the field. And many of my predecessors had implemented very intricate contests to get employees more focused on customer service by tweaking incentives, giving branch managers bonuses for getting better scores on customer service. Everyone had, the equivalent of little smiley badges saying customers first on them. And so we were all scratching our heads, why are we not improving our customer service ratings relative to the leader when we've taken all of these initiatives? And what we discovered with some more analysis is that, statistically speaking, there was very little difference in the actual service you'd get at our bank versus the leading bank. I had 18,000 employees in my group, and the other banks had comparable numbers. And when you're dealing with that size and all of the banks implementing various initiatives to keep focused on the customers, it's very hard to be statistically differentiated. But what was different in the leading bank was not the actual customer service experience, but the fact that they marketed themselves as the leader in customer service, and they did this consistently, year after year after year after year for over a decade. In fact, I think it'd be almost close to 2 decades at this point in time. And I won't name the bank, but it'll be obvious if you know anything about Canadian banking. They used a big green chair in all of their communications, all their advertising, all their TV commercials, not dissimilar to this very chair I'm sitting in, except a green one. And they marketed themselves as comfortable banking and the leader in customer service. So it wasn't the service that got them the high ratings. It was the marketing where they told customers that they were number one. And so when random surveys were taken by many bank customers, this particular bank would always get the highest ratings because they'd already predisposed the population at large, and certainly their own customers, towards thinking them as leaders. So, and that's a nice example of how your initial analysis can be very deceiving, and why you have to do a much deeper dive and a much broader dive when it comes to complex strategic issues like that to really get a sense of how the causal complexity is working, because your first cut is rarely accurate when it comes to complex problems. It takes a lot more digging for that missing information to see what's really happening, what's really going on.